everyone, how's it going? Matthew Bailey here, and welcome to another 2022 movie review. Now, this one is actually kind of a surprise review. I know I said that after Jurassic World Dominion's review, I was going to do Lightyear as the next major movie, but this is a movie that I ended up seeing because I got convinced by my mother to see the original movie in order to review this one, and that is Top Gun Maverick. Yep, a movie slash sequel that's over 35 years in the making, and boy oh boy, this movie was incredible. I admit that I did not think that a movie like this would be something I would be interested in, but my mom convinced me to watch the first movie before I took her to see the second one, and also, if you can kind of tell by the outfit I'm wearing, I have a sticker on here that says volunteer, because on Saturday the 11th of June, I'm not sure if this video will get posted that day, but I did do a thing from like 7 in the morning till noon, and afterwards I went with my mom to see Top Gun Maverick, and I'm glad I did, because I gotta admit, this movie made both me and my mom cry, especially near the end of the movie, which, if I hadn't seen the first movie, I probably wouldn't have cried as much as she did, but I did, and I gotta admit, in my opinion, this movie definitely feels like it was better than the first one. And again, there were definitely aspects from the first movie that were mentioned and featured in this movie that to where I needed to make sure I saw the first one. But again, the first movie was released before I was even born. Like, I think it was 12 years before I was even born, and in the late 80s. And so I had to watch the first one before I saw this one in order to understand it. But I gotta say, this movie was phenomenal. Some new cast, like Miles Teller as the son of Maverick's old partner Goose. Pretty great performance by Miles Teller, I have to say. I definitely don't think it was the same kid that I saw in the first movie that played the character. If that was Miles Teller as a baby, wow, that kind of surprised me, because I don't think that's what he looked like as a younger man. But if I'm wrong, let me know in the comments. And there was one character that was actually featured in this movie that was only mentioned in the first one. So again, you have to watch the first movie in order to understand what is going on with this movie. But I tell you, it's a phenomenal film. I really did not think I was going to enjoy it, but boy did I. And this is a movie you definitely need to see in the theaters if you are a fan of the old one, which for most of you that would probably make you a little bit way older than I am, obviously. Heck, my mom was in her 50s, so that's the age range I would understand seeing this movie. But and then maybe a few people in their 60s, but anyone 70 or 80, I'm kind of surprised if they knew about the first movie in order to see this one. But anyone under the age of 40 right now that's seeing this movie, I'm kind of surprised, especially because they would be in their young teenage years by then. But I still think this was a great movie, is all I'm going to say. Definitely check this movie out in the theaters if you get a chance. Now, because it's being made by Paramount Studios, I'm assuming, just like they do with all their Paramount films, they're going to release it 45 days after its release in theaters. So my best guess is it probably won't release on Paramount Plus until mid-July, I should say. But I'm telling you, check this one out before it goes to Paramount Plus, because it is a phenomenal film. Anyways, let me give you my rating of the film. Again, like I said, the movie was a great film. Definitely better than the first one, in my opinion. I mean, even though I never really was into the first one at the time, I'm going to have to give this movie a 4.5 out of 5. Yep, you heard me correctly. 4.5. I did not think that something like that would happen with this movie. But it did, and boy, I'm telling you, this movie really brought me back to how I felt about the first one, and maybe like it more. But this one definitely beats it out. So that's it for this movie review. And again, I'm not sure if y'all spotted this in the background, but there is something going on in the background of both this video and my review of Jurassic World Dominion that I will touch on in a future video. I'm not sure if it's going to be before or after my review of Lightyear, but we'll see. I'll have to confirm whether or not this is really a thing before I say it. So anyways, that's all for now, and I will see all you guys in the next video.